The History of St. Peter's Cathedral in Adelaide. Ignite presentation by Joshua Tabernacle. On Tuesday the 29th of June 1869, it was St. Peter's Day. This day is traditionally observed by various Christian denominations as a remembrance of Peter and Paul, two apostles we read about in the Bible. Evidence indicates that Peter and Paul might both have been martyred in Rome. At 27 King William Road in North Adelaide, a new church was born on St. Peter's Day, the 29th of June 1869. It was named St. Peter's Cathedral after Peter, the first of the 12 disciples who was called to be a fisher of men along with his brother Andrew. The Society for Promoting Christian Knowledge donated £1,000 towards construction, and believers in England donated £600. Dignitaries attending the cathedral's inauguration on Tuesday the 29th included Bishop Augustus Shaw, Governor James Ferguson, and the Honourable John Morfett. "Who are we that we should raise a house for the glory of God?" asked Bishop Augustus Shaw. Hence the foundation stone was laid in simple faith on Jesus Christ. But North Adelaide is not where Shaw initially intended to build this cathedral. Land inside the diamond shape of Victoria Square was originally purchased. The site was even cleared for construction. What happened? Victoria Square was set aside as a public reserve. Therefore, the public would not allow construction to proceed, even though Frederick Robe issued a land grant to Short during March of 1848. A decision by the Supreme Court in 1855 rendered the church's first land grant invalid. However, Christians continued working together to make St. Peter's a reality, so the form of a divine ship began to emerge from the ground beside Pennington Terrace. I say form of a divine ship because the design of this whole building is based on the shape of first-century Roman ships, with a nave and pews where the ship's oarsmen would have been positioned. Nave means ship in Latin. Cathedrals were traditionally based on this shape, which later gave way to the shape of a cross, as we see in the likes of Westminster Abbey. William Butterfield is the name of the original architect. Butterfield's design was purchased by Shaw and modified by Edward Woods, who changed the fascia to a French Gothic theme, increased the building's overall size, and incorporated local stonework. The interior of the cathedral resembles a layer of the tabernacle found in Exodus 25. A silver trowel laid the first stone, and St. Peter's plumb line was applied on Tuesday the 29th of the 6th, 1869. Section 1 was finished by 1877 and services began. A later addition came in 2001 with the installation of the Magdalene window by David Wright. All the other stained glass angels in this cathedral have red wings, but these have blue wings. The angels are holding a cloth, all that was left in the tomb after Jesus rose. At 3 o'clock, the woman with the red egg represents Mary Magdalene, the first person Jesus appeared to after his resurrection. At 9 o'clock, there is the risen Jesus. He is depicted from a different perspective, looking down. Wherever you see a person with a halo like that, and a cross inside it, it's Jesus. Sometimes only 3 parts of the cross are visible. So too with the red egg. If you see someone with a red egg, that's Mary Magdalene. While God's Love window celebrates the work of men, this window is a tribute to the Christian women, featuring socks in the top left and a needle with thread held by one of the angels. The lady in purple at the bottom is holding a steaming brown pot to remind us of all the cooking and cleaning that women have done. Ultrasound images of a baby in the womb in the golden circles represent new life. St. Peter's Choir has been to England twice in recent years and sung in many cathedrals. The area where they stand in Adelaide's cathedral is all made out of English oak timber. Their last service in Europe was in St. Peter's, Rome, where they sung at Mass for the Pope. The main instrument which accompanies the choir is this giant pipe organ. Most of the pipes recently have been sent to Durham for a complete restoration, which was very expensive. Whilst mirrors were initially installed for the organ player to watch the conductor, nowadays a television is used. A window in the Lady Chapel designed by John William Brown in 1904 features The risen Jesus talking to his disciples standing at the tomb entrance. Mary Magdalene has run to tell the disciples who have followed her back to the tomb. Peter is the older man with a red halo. St. Peter's is a must-see for any Christian. I felt close to God in a way that made me wish I could be alone with him in the cathedral. It would be perfect to be alone in this sanctuary, soaking for hours in awe and wonder at the presence of the one who knew me before I was born. Thank you for listening.